What it do, guys? Manjoume here, and today we're going to check out the Horizon Zero Dawn, the board game, the Sacred Land expansion. As you can see, it is an expansion for the Horizon Zero Dawn board game. And this version, this is probably the same as the version you can get online now, but I got this during the Kickstarter, actually. And it has stayed unopened since whenever that Kickstarter originally was. We've gotten to a point where the second game has been kickstarted, so to say this took me a while is an understatement. Now, looking at the front of the box, I actually have not played the game fully myself, so if you know what I'm looking at right now, then please let me know in the comments below. But you can see on the side, the core game is required to play this. This is only an expansion, even though it has a box that's the same size as the core set. It is ages 14 plus, 1 to 4 players, because that's the original game, is that. Takes 60 minutes to 90 minutes. Now, I'm going to have to double check that on the core set, because I played, granted, it was kind of the first time really playing it, but with 3 people, it took well over like 3 hours, and we didn't actually finish it. We kind of just called it a day because we had ordered some food, the food got canceled, and we just left, and when we came back, we just watched some shows. On the side, we see SFG, I think it's Steam Forge Games, Gorilla, and a PlayStation licensed product. Now, looking at the sides, pretty basic, but really all you need, I think. Nothing too surprising on the box, but yeah, it's cool. Looking at the back, Horizon Zero Dawn, the board game, the Sacred Land expansion. The Sacred Land is an expansion for the Horizon Zero Dawn, the board game, allowing players to explore Nora's territory, take control of the Nora Trapper and Nora Scavenger, and discover unique new ways of hunting your foes or upgrade your hunters with new equipment that can only be found amongst the merchants inhabiting this forbidden land. This expansion also includes an all-new tracking deck of encounters featuring a host of lethal new foes, alongside engaging new terrain elements, some of which will aid players as they traverse the landscape, while others may leave hunters dangerously vulnerable. Will you rise through the ranks of the Hunter's Lodge or accept life as a fledgling? You will need a copy of Horizon Zero Dawn, the board game, to use the contents of this box. Speaking of which, this box contains 2 Hunter miniatures, 2 Red-Eye Watcher miniatures, 2 Long-Leg miniatures, 2 Stalker miniatures, 2 Bellowback miniatures, 2 Snap Maw miniatures, 6 encounter tiles, 1 rulebook, and 122 cards. Then, as we look here are the Bellowbacks, telling you what they look like. The Snap Maws, which looks like a crocodile. Stalkers, Longlegs, Red-Eye Watchers, Nora Scavenger, and the Nora Trapper. So that's kind of cool, because to me that seems like having these new characters means a whole new deck and level up system for your character. Meaning there's more than just the basic 4 from the core set. Now you have 6 if you include this expansion. So this new expansion, of course, is going to have some artwork in the book, which is always really cool. Yeah, they do have their own books, and I'm wondering if, since they're both Nora, if they have like a similar team association. So that would be pretty interesting to find out. Hunters, traps, so that's pretty interesting. It is a much shorter book than the last one, but you do have some pretty cool quick reference guides on the back, including water, which is like, oh yeah, the other one didn't have that. That is very interesting. Speaking of, How do I get into this? Okay, so that's out. 1N. That's yeah, 1N, 3 to 4 players. 2N. Let's see, different way it's arranged. 3N. Ooh, okay. The trap thing. Kind of cool. 4N. 5N. There's some grass there. I wonder if that means you can hide within it. I mean, that would kind of make sense, right? C, and then 6N. So that's your map grid. Really neat. Now, some of these miniatures, saying this is a miniature feels wrong, because this thing is pretty large, pretty spectacular actually. And no, yeah, that's great. So you have your reference cards, I think. So that's for the Snap Maw, Red Eye Watcher, okay, Stalker, Freeze Bellowback, Fire Bellowback, and Long Legs. Flip them over. Long Leg, Fire Bellowback, Freeze Bellowback, Stalker, Red Eye Watcher, and the Snap Maw. Okay. Little Stalker. Oh, this, I think this is Long Legs, and it looks almost like a raptor or even a bird. It has like a kind of a feathered tail, kind of like wings, and like kind of a chicken legs to it. It's pretty cool. I can already not get it back in. Those are just, wow, that tail. Physically, that takes up multiple spaces. Canonically, I guess it would take up 2 spaces at least, because the tail goes into the other space. That is interesting. But it goes away pretty easy. Now, 2 new characters. Right there. Pretty cool. Now the important thing... Oh wait, did we look at this guy yet? Again, to call these miniatures just feels wrong, because these are not miniatures. This is a miniature. So, you know, like comparing the two, it's absurd. So we can take a look at the decks and see what is what. One cool thing is it does have a tab that makes, or should rather, make it easy to open. I mean, it kind of did. No, yeah, I would still say it did. Long leg, long leg. I'm actually not quite sure what all this is. Long leg, fire bellowback, freeze bellowback, stalker, red eye watcher, snap maw, snap maw. Okay, so those are all those cards. Then you have the encounter deck. And it's just, you shuffle it and then you pick among 3. Okay, we're going to play with this style. And it dictates how the board is going to be arranged. That one's actually kind of crazy because the way you have to purposefully leave spaces in between. Whereas with this one, you kind of shove the squares next to each other. This one, dun, 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 all sequentially. So it's cool that we have maps that are not quite just square, square, square. Hunter's Call, so this would be the big boy. Next, we have cards that I believe you would buy from the shop. However, I will first open the other deck and give it a quick peek to see if I should be like putting that one on top and then it would make more sense that way or not. So let's get that off first. That worked, I think, as it probably should have for the first one. Now, the issue or the problem that I'm going to run into personally is that this space is, I think, just enough. No, there's some wiggle room. No, that's good. Oh, no, wait. This is everything. There's a little wiggle room, not a whole bunch, but the problem I'm going to have is that I sleeve my cards because I want them to last longer and I don't want them to get damaged. And they're also easier to shuffle in that respect. For me, that will become an issue because if you sleeve all these cards, plus the cards over here, I do not think it'll fit in here. So it might become a thing where I'll have to get a separate deck box for the cards and the expansions, and then the miniatures will be here. Miniatures in the tiles. I mean, I can do that. It's not the biggest deal. I wish there just was enough room, but it is what it is. I'm going to show you guys the merchant card. So we have the Nora Silent Hunter Light Armor. Stealth Weave. So that's an upgrade to the armor. Stealth Weave, another one. It makes sense there'd be multiples. Harvest Arrow, which is pretty cool. Two of those. Nora Silent Hunter Armor Medium. And that makes sense because this is a level 2. Those previous ones were level 1. Silent Weave, level 2. Harvest Arrow, level 2. Then the Nora Silent Hunter Armor Heavy. So that is the level 3, the most expensive and the most powerful. Resist Freeze Potions. And that is it. So it's interesting that that's like what you get, or what you can get. It's added to the possibilities of the original core set. Now, the more interesting, or at least more relevant cards will be the Nora Scavenger. Scavenger, that's his trait. When this hunter draws a salvage card, they may discard a salvage card to perform a free craft action. This hunter ignores once per activation restriction when performing craft actions. And he starts off with a Nora Sphere, Hunter Bow, and the Nora Protector. And then you see his tree. When he gets to level 1, you can choose either the Pragmatic trait or the Collector trait. Then, going on to level 2, you can add 2 weak points to the deck, 2 Harvesters to the deck, or 2 Foragers to the deck. Going on to level 3, you can add 2 Stripped Bear, a Tear Blaster weapon, the Herbalist trait, or 2 Guardian cards. So there's Collector, Tear Blaster, which I think is some kind of gun, Herbalist, Pragmatic, Nora Trapper. Yeah, so Spear. Okay, so that's this dude right here. Next up, we have the Nora Trapper, whose ability is Bait. During their activation, this hunter may make a free distraction action, which actually I totally forgot was a thing when my friends and I played the other day. Starting off with a Nora Spear, Hunter Bow, and Nora Protector Light Armor. And then their skill tree is as follows. Start Machine Lore trait, or add 2 We Caught One. Level 2, add 2 Machine Trackers, or 2 Adept Shock Traps, or 2 Blast Traps. Makes sense for a trapper. Level 3, you can get 2 Lockdowns, a Wider Net trait, Quickly Assemble trait, or a redefined design trait. So you can see them all right here. Here are the Nora Scavenger specific cards. Piercing Strike, a few of those. Hunter Arrows, some of those. Resourceful, Critical Hit, Sliding Shot, No Part Wasted, Weak Point, so that is actually a level up number 2 option. Forager, again, option for level 2. Stripped Bear, it's a level 3 option. Harvester, it's a level 2 option. And Guardian, which is a level 3 option. So those are the 2 characters. It's pretty neat. And their playstyles are going to be probably similar to the Nora, but augmented toward whatever their gimmick is. So it's going to be a Nora who likes to use traps, or one that likes to salvage, scavenger, getting stuff, making stuff. Nora Trapper is, you can probably imagine, going to use some shock traps. As per usual, the Hunter Arrows. Got some decoys, that's pretty cool. Rearmed, reposition. From the shadows, that's pretty neat. Kind of a ninja-esque mechanic. Lockdown, pretty cool because they trap them. Then that's actually a level 3 option. Level 1 option, we have We Caught One. Machine Tracker, level 2. Adept Shock Trap, so that's a level 2 option. And the Blast Trap, another level 2 option. So it's really cool to see these. And it's going to change up the way that we can at least play the game, play like the Nora character. And I actually can't wait to integrate this into my games of Horizon Zero Dawn and get more people into playing the game. If you guys have any suggestions on how to store sleeved cards, please let me know in the comments below. Oh, that didn't work. Well guys, that's it for the Horizon Zero Dawn, the board game, the Sacred Land expansion. If you want to stay up to date with my videos and live streams on both YouTube and Twitch, check out links in the description below, like, comment, subscribe, and consider joining. That's all for now guys. Manjoume out.